Cryptozoo.co. I am so excited about this project. It's so fun. It's a really fun game that makes you money.
A fun game that earns you money. How much did you guys make from Cryptozoo?
I lost around $50,000 in Cryptozoo.
I lost $40,000.
I lost around 15,000 US dollars.
I lost $25,000.
$120,000.
Not gonna lie, these guys all look like they'd be the type of dudes that lose this money in cryptocurrency. Did they learn their lesson? Or are they still evangelists? Are they still maximalists? Are they still advocating for crypto? Have they moved on to the next grift? That's a question I want to know.
$500,000
The answer to
Australian, which is $500,000 in Cryptozoo.
Shut up! No, you haven't.
Yeah, 500K.
Oh, no. Today, we're investigating Logan Paul's Cryptozoo, a blockchain game that made millions but never worked. Some of you guys think you know the story, but it goes so much deeper. I've uncovered sociopaths, billionaires, fake orphans. Did I mention fake orphans? And of course, at the center of it, we have Logan Paul himself, who has abandoned this thing, leaving thousands of fake orphans in his wake.
I can't unsee the Logan Paul impersonator that is like all over my goddamn feed now as a consequence of Jeff propping him up every time I see Logan Paul now. You guys know what I'm talking about? There's a Logan Paul impersonator guy who looks exactly like him. He's just like kind of Logan Paul, but skinny.
Wait a second. Thousands of victims in his wake. Now, you'll be hearing from some of those people because their stories are heartbreaking. This is the first in a 3-part series that's been a year in the making. And if you like high-effort investigations like this one, please consider supporting this channel on Patreon. I don't take sponsors. We are viewer-supported. So if you want to and are able to, thank you. Either way, enjoy the video.
For the last 6 months, I've been working on my own NFT project. We have a massive team behind it and are probably out of pocket like $1 million just because we believe it's going to work. September 1st, Cryptozoo.co.
We don't scam.
That's
I've
fine.
never scammed anyone before. Logan cares extremely deeply about his audience, loves his brand, doesn't have to scam to make money.
Yeah, no, that's true, which is precisely why this is like worse. You know what I mean? Like, he doesn't have to scam his audience. He's already like a multimillionaire. This is the exact opposite of what Logan Paul has done with respect to his like WWE career, okay? On the one hand, you got a guy who actually is like putting his money where his mouth is, working out really hard, doing everything the right way, and you see it like it shows, okay? His performance in the arena was objectively good. Everybody liked it. And then also on the other hand, he has this shit, which is in the exact opposite side where he's like, yeah, I'm just going to scam people a little bit.
Welcome to part 1, the $1 million mystery that began this whole story. Like many people, I first heard about Cryptozoo from a podcast Logan runs called Impulsive, which was the experience of a lot of people that I spoke to.
So I first heard about it on the Logan Paul podcast.
Impulsive, I think.
It was off one of the Impulsive episodes.
The thing that I'm most excited for, and this is the first time I've ever said anything about this, for the last 6 months, I've been working on my own NFT project. I think there needs to be a fresh take, and this project that I have is that fresh take.
Now look, at first, I was just as surprised at this pitch as anyone else because I just got finished roasting Logan for a different coin called Dink Doink, which his fans lost money on.
I'm a Dink Doink fan. Dumbest I've ever seen. That's why I'm all in.
It's comedic. It's fun. It's comedy.
Now look, I know Logan and his friends tried to make it look like Dink Doink was all about the memes, but it turns out they secretly were tied to the project, and Logan created the Dink Doink character himself and subsequently abandoned that project. So if you invested in it, you got blasted, and Logan rightfully took a lot of heat for Dink Doink, which is why I was surprised when he seemingly immediately jumped into another crypto project. But Logan insisted Cryptozoo?
Well, I mean, that's kind of the reason, right? Like, he did Dink Doink, nothing happened, so he was like, why don't I just do this again?
It was different. It wasn't his friend's project this time, it was his. And it wasn't even a project at all. It was a game.
Yeah, he saw how much money his friend probably made from Dink Doink and was like, oh, like, oh shit, like I could have made way more money if I did it myself. I should be the one making the rug and then pulling it rather than just pulling the rug, you know?
A game that could earn you money.
I'm excited to launch my game.
You keep using and you just did it again. You keep using a word there. Game. You're not using like a project. It's a game.
It's a game. It's a really fun game that makes you money.
Now you might be wondering, how's it possible to earn money from a game? Well,
is there something you can specifically point to that allows all these scams to exist without legal ramifications? Yes, it's called cryptocurrency and a lack of regulation. It's literally securities fraud that you can very easily commit because these are unprotected. This is just unprotected securities. There is no, it's just not regulated.
let me try to break it down for you. This is how it was supposed to work. You started by buying this crypto token called Zoo, which is their in-game currency, and you use Zoo coins to then buy egg NFTs.
What should Congress do to government do to regulate it? Make it not exist. That's it.
Which you can then hatch to become animals. You then can breed those two animals to become hybrid animals. For example, if you breed a gorilla and a kitten, you get a gore kitty. And the more rare the NFT, the higher the daily yield of Zoo tokens that animal earns you every day. Theoretically, it works like almost like passive income. You can then burn your animal NFTs to release the Zoo they earned back to you, and from there you can invest it into eggs or just cash out. Now, some of you of the Egyptian persuasion might notice some triangular qualities to this game description, but let's not be too quick to judge.
Like everything in the crypto field is just like trying to find a new spin on super old school pyramid schemes. Like, how can we take the pyramid scheme model and like make you not think it's a pyramid scheme, even though you're probably willing and able to get, like, you don't give a shit. You want to get, because ultimately many people that are inside of multi-level marketing schemes or pyramid schemes kind of deep down understand that it's a pyramid scheme, and yet they are so they're so hyper focused on the fact that like maybe they'll be able to get other people to be the bag holders underneath them that they don't recognize that they are the ones who are being fucked.
Because remember, there are a lot of NFT games built on this model. It's called play to earn. Now, Logan admits that there are other games like his, but what's going to really make his stand out is that other games have randomly generated assets. His game has handmade art.
It's quick to make a digital asset with, you know, unique randomly generated characteristics. We handmade art for the past 6 months, bro. Approval, very specific notes, 10 different artists making art for our project.
Now, I'll admit, this all sounds very enticing. Handmade art, a fun game that can earn you money, and one of the biggest influencers in the world backing it. You might think, how can I lose? Which is why when people were told all you had to do to play was buy an egg, people spent millions. Just on the first launch between ETH and Zoo, people bought $2.5 million worth of eggs in the first.
Bro, what the f? That's like literally almost as much as Trump made from his NFT scheme. That's crazy. Trump, I think, made like $4.5 million in the first day, by the way. Just understand how stupid people are. Yeah, that's right. Trump sold NFTs, the $100 NFTs, and I believe the first day he made $4.5 million. Yeah, people bought those cards, man. They did. Ooh, yeah.
Day. And did I mention the game hadn't even been launched yet? All people were buying was the marketing and the promises. And it wasn't just the NFTs they bought either. The Zoo token also skyrocketed in value, reaching a $2 billion market cap pre-game launch, right? The trading volume was in the tens of millions of dollars per day, which kind of is like Fortnite not coming out, but people trading tens of millions of dollars in V-Bucks every day. That's what this was like. And I know it sounds stupid to buy an influencer project, but you have to understand, people saw Logan as different.
It was Logan Paul at the end of the day. An internet personality that I actually trusted, that I actually kind of believed in.
Obviously,
it's so hard for me to look at these actual victims and not go, come on, dog, you're talking about trusting Logan Paul. Like, I mean, it's a hard, all I'm saying is I know they're victims, but also they're making it really hard for me to recognize that they're victims. I still have empathy for them, but like when someone comes in and says, oh man, I really trusted Logan Paul, it's just like, well, dude, like you are the most imperfect victim you could possibly be. Like you are. It's like you're trying to get people to not care about your situation.
when someone so influential releases something, everyone wants to be a part of it.
I sort of believed in this false fallacy that everyone else started believing, that
If you'd release an NFT, your tribe would buy 100% Hasan. Yeah, that's why I don't do it. Because I don't want to fuck my community, okay? Yeah, no, I know. No shit, dog. Yes, I could probably sell a bunch of bullshit, okay? I'm sure plenty of people would not buy it, luckily, because I've been yelling at them about not buying any NFTs. But there would still be some people that would go out and do it, which is why I recognize the responsibility I have to not sell you bullshit and only sell you the top of the hour ad break. Because at the top of the hour, there is a 3-minute ad break. Now, if you no longer want to see those ads, pretty simple. You don't have to fucking subscribe, but if you don't want to see those ads, well, that's the easiest method. For $5 or for free with a Twitch Prime, okay? You can subscribe for free with a Twitch Prime. You will no longer see the ads at the top of the hour. You won't see the 1-minute ad break that comes as a secret in the middle of the hour, and you won't see the top of the hour 3-minute ad breaks. You can also get gifted a sub. Booyah! 69. Just gifted 5 gifted subs. King Ghidorah gifted 10 gifted subs. That's 15 people that will no longer see the ads. If you're lucky, you could be one of those people too. Here's the 3-minute ad break now, though. They trusted that Logan Paul could attract a big enough pool of suckers for them to cash out on totally unsympathetic victims. Yeah, I think so.
Logan Paul's a changed man.
I thought it was a safe place having a guy like that identified, like Logan Paul being the head of the project.
They had seen this story he had been telling everyone, that he was this reformed influencer, right? That he was no longer a reckless clout goblin just in it for the money. They thought this time it's different. Logan Paul couldn't possibly scam us, right? But as the game got closer to release, the Cryptozoo team started releasing the first ever photos of these animals. And come to find out, this handmade art story wasn't really true. It was actually Adobe stock photos mashed together. This was the sort of first red flag of this project. And I made a video about it at the time, but it was kind of surface level, and something didn't add up beneath the surface. Something where I just couldn't shut this case down in my head. It was actually part of the announcement video that something they said. See if you can spot it.
We have a massive team behind it and are probably out of pocket like $1 million just because we believe it's going to work.
On development.
Yeah.
That's the line that started this whole mystery. We spent $1 million on development. I couldn't get this out of my head. You know, is he lying? There's no way he expects people to believe he spent it on art. So wait, maybe he spent it on blockchain stuff, right? That's what I thought. But then I audited the smart contract, and it's not handmade at all. It's not even original. It's what's called a fork, a copy of some other code that exists out there. One of them is called Floki Shib X, which launched before it. So where did this $1 million go? I didn't understand. And
I think he just lied, right? Like he just didn't.
Logan just kept repeating this claim.
We've put hundreds of thousands of dollars in it. Personally, the whole team, $1 million plus.
Now, at the time I'm looking into this, there's a teaser going around for Hatch Day, which is the day you can hatch your egg NFTs. And it kind of symbolized the true launch of Cryptozoo. So I thought, maybe this is it. Maybe this is where they spent all the money on their game. Even their community manager, Ben Roth, promised people, after Hatch Day, things will take a turn for the 180. So I put Ben Roth on the board too. I needed to know all the characters in Cryptozoo. And I waited. And finally, on November 3rd, 2021, Ben Roth turned out to be right. Things did take a turn on Hatch Day, only for the worse. Let's meet one of the victims, Helicopter Bob, to explain more.
My name is Rob. Helicopter Bob lost just under $7,000 with Cryptozoo.
And the first thing I asked Bob was about his animals. If he was making money with Cryptozoo, how much he made, and if the passive yield worked.
Oh, it never did from the beginning. It wasn't even written into the contract where it showed that you were actually yielding zoo, but there was nothing that was actually, backing that up. There was no way to claim your yield. There never was.
Wait. Play that again. Did you hear that?
There was no way to claim your yield. There never was.
Hold on. The core mechanic of Cryptozoo, that you can make money with these stupid animals, didn't even work on launch day. And still, to this day, a year later, still does not work, is what the investors are saying. Which, this is just crazy. People spent millions of dollars on these eggs. But it even...
Guys, I mean, this is how every fucking cryptocurrency scheme works. make it incredibly easy to purchase with American dollars, and make it incredibly hard, sometimes outright impossible, depending on what level of scam you want to dial in on, to take the money out or to sell. That's crazy.
Even gets worse because I kept talking to people and I discovered something. Because remember I told you you could buy eggs with those zoo coins? Well, apparently they also made it so you could buy them with Ethereum. And on the day of selling, about half of these purchases took place with Ethereum. Only it turns out for the people who spent ETH, not only
Thank you for
did
the
the
subs.
yield part of it not work, did the NFTs not pay you, you also couldn't even hatch them.
So I acquired a bunch of eggs, and I actually want to play the game. I didn't acquire the eggs with the intent of keeping them. I actually wanted to hatch them and see what I got out of them and play in this ecosystem that's been advertised or whatever, right? And then I can't do anything. It's not showing up on the website when I.
It's so hard for me to have sympathy when you see like a full-blown adult man, dude. I do though. I sympathize. It feels sad. It feels sad. He just wanted to play, dude. It's sad. It's sad. These guys like literally got robbed. Not at gunpoint, but at like, you know, I don't know, at Logan Paul point, I guess. He just wanted to play adult Pokemon.
Connect my wallet, etc., etc. So I'm a little baffled. I'm like, I must be doing something wrong. So I open up a support ticket. I open up a support ticket with Cryptozoo, and Ben Roth is actually the person answering my support ticket. Oh yeah, no, it's down for the moment, but we're working on it. Let me tell you, it's never been up.
Wait, you can't even hatch?
No, I'm telling you, it's just a picture. There's nothing I could do with it.
You're kidding! You can't hatch?
There's nothing I could do with it. You could ask any of those community guys. That's basically worth nothing whatsoever.
Wow. So on launch day, basically nothing worked. And a year later, that's still true. Now, after this was discussed.
That's insane, dog. Like, at least let him see the moose, dude. What the fuck? That's so messed up. He just bought a picture of an egg.
The price of Zoo fell 63% in just 24 hours. And at this point, Logan Paul basically goes silent on Cryptozoo. No more podcast mentions, no more saying he handmade art. Cryptozoo already got millions in investments, but Logan only speaks in the Discord twice over the next year.
Not gonna lie, I think like they're just getting like this kind of stuff almost makes you see like how much harder it is to like do Ponzi schemes in the real world with like real money where you can be hit with like some level of regulation. And then there's like pyramid schemes that are technically working, but it's still a rug pull. And then you get to the bottom of the barrel where it's just like, give me money and you'll make a lot of money back. I'm a reputable person. And then you just have no method of getting that money back. It's just like, yeah, I'm going to run out. I'm going to run away now with all of your money. Okay. It's like, it's crazy to me that like even the Save the Kids token to a certain degree is like a more well thought out rug pull than this one. Like it's wild. Like that's where we've gotten. Like there is literally every time I think to myself, can we get any lower than where we're at? Can we get any lower than where we're actually at with respect to like the level of scamming? Like what's next? The only thing that's lower than this is if they didn't even get photos of the eggs. Like they just didn't even care to make like the promise. And they were just like, bro, just give me your money right now and I'll give it back to you double the amount tomorrow. That's it. I already ran the top of the hour ad break. Stop throwing me snowballs or poggos thinking that I'm going to run it. Paris, not Paris. Thank you for the 5. Get the subs, by the way.
To say, quote, sober, currently shaking my head, and yo. That was his contribution to this project. Meanwhile, his community manager, Ben Roth, was actively claiming that Logan was going to be marketing Cryptozoo any day now. He told people things like, Logan is an uncontrollable marketing guru. It's over when we launch. And when we have a product to market, it'll get marketed. And marketing will crush. I promise you. And this disconnect between Logan abandoning the project and...
Bro, this mother couldn't even make it on the comrade board in my Discord, by the way.
Marketing...
I'm sorry, but these are awful numbers, okay? Hoscord stays on top in comparison to these scams. Holy shit, I can't believe I'm defending the integrity of Hoscord here, but anyway, let's continue.
Will crush. I promise you. And this disconnect between Logan abandoning the project and his team on Cryptozoo saying that it was going to be any day now, left investors feeling like they were...
Hoscord or Hoscord, I will not be picking favorites between my children.
Being
okay?
led on.
All you have to do.
That's a really dumb argument, and some of you take it way too seriously. I hear it sometimes, and immediately I want to hit my head on a wall so I forget that I even saw a tweet or a Discord post about it. It's literally both communities built around, you know, being my fan, okay? There is no better community. It's just a different medium. You guys are both being stupid when you fight amongst yourselves because it's very stupid. That's crazy.
Was go on and tell us, look, there's something going on with this project, I'm abandoning it, or whatever, before people got more and more trapped. And promising, yeah, this is going to be great. But when it came to actually doing anything, he just hid away from it.
Have some decency to come out, talk to the people that invested initially, that invested along the way on all of the fake and false promises, on all of the false hype, and be honest with people.
Because surely Logan Paul, who's got this $1 billion hydration company and a WWE star, is got enough money. He doesn't need to rug us lot.
And it's because of these false promises about marketing that these poor investors believed in Cryptozoo so long. They sat and watched every Logan Paul episode trying to guess and decipher when this so-called marketing push would happen. And Logan and his team really fed into this with a lot of cryptic messages. Only a month after Cryptozoo's launch, actually, the hatch day, they started teasing this.
Not too.
Oh my God, dude. Oh my God. Just take an hour off for even bringing that up, Megaphonics. You are so lame, dude. Jesus
Much
Christ.
of this is out, but he's been working on a massive project.
And one of them will be the biggest thing I ever do. It's like my life and soul is put into this project. Which is where most of my time these days goes.
Wow, surely this secret project that Logan put his soul into is Cryptozoo, right? You know, the project he launched a month ago? Well, his fans certainly thought so.
I'm like, holy cow, it makes so much sense. He's talking about Cryptozoo. Ben and the dudes are like putting smiley faces and egging the rest of the community. Like, this is it, guys. You know, this is what we've been working towards. I mean,
Yeah, they're fudders, dude. They're fudders.
this is it. This it's finally happening. Logan's gonna market the project, and they kept saying that Logan's gonna market the project, and it's gonna change everything.
So now imagine their surprise when another clip surfaces of Logan finally admitting this secret project isn't Cryptozoo at all. It's something else entirely.
I'll tell you about this project when we get closer to launch. This project of mine is going to be...
Is that the thing with the egg? The zoo?
No.
Okay,
This one's gonna be this will be crazy I've ever done.
Oh man, can you imagine if you're one of these investors and Logan Paul's going pitching this new...
He just literally cast it aside like a used tissue, bro. Oh, no, not that, dude. Not that. Don't be crazy now.
New secret project, and you're thinking it's Cryptozoo, and someone's like, "Oh, is it that thing with the eggs?" And he's like, "No, definitely not. That was the last project. This is the real project that I'm working on." Thankfully, people didn't just let this slide, because as he went around making the rounds on his new project called 99 Originals, people were like, "Hey, didn't you just abandon your last one?" And unsurprisingly, it's not his fault.
Fuck.
It's the bad actors who ruined the project.
As I see people giving multiple explanations for why.
Dude, this guy's the funniest dude, man. He's been a YouTube legend for so long. Like, he's been around since like the Young Turks days, and I've known about him since like the Young Turks days. He just he looks like he's been to a Russian prison. Like, why is he talking about YouTube shit? It's so funny to me that he's like an old school YouTuber. No, he's like he's been around for a minute, dude. He's got Facebook jail tattoos. True Jordy's a fucking go to the game. He built the British UK scene and is getting more political. Oh God, I don't want to know what his politics are then, brother. Okay, I'm gonna be honest with you. I hope he's not getting more political.
These haven't worked, and you know there's accusations out there. How does it make you feel when people are doing these takedown videos about your NFT?
I think he likes
previous?
you. I mean, I don't know. I don't know anything about him, but I don't know about him like that. But I hope he's not getting more political, because I'll be honest, he's too big of a lad for me to assume that his politics are going to resemble anything but like just a more rugged and not as like neck beardy Sargon of Akkad shit.
It's sad because of what I just said.
He's too British. He's too British. He's too British for it
I'm
to
not
be
the
like
bad
good
guy
politics.
here. There's some actual out there.
Yeah.
And it's not me. Like, I'm here to build.
This is a space where a lot of people.
He's got a bit of an Islamophobic moment when Tate reverted. His co-host definitely likes you. They're both labor workers. Or they're both labor voters. Maybe I'm wrong. I mean, look, British people always surprise me.
Do see dollar signs. Like any burgeoning industry, if there's money to be made.
Dude, he's like he is literally like his accent seems northern, yeah, which is why I said, like, I've talked about this before, and Scousers get so mad when I bring this up. Last time I talked about Liverpool or how like how British labor works and like how a lot of labor voters can't escape being British in many respects. There were a bunch of Scousers in here that went crazy, okay? They were like, you're being so up. These guys are so leftist, like, and they are. I'm sure they are. I'm sure these guys are like legit leftists, but like they're still British. So there's always going to be some stuff that it just, you know, it's very hard to overcome, okay? It's very hard to overcome. He's Newcastle, not Liverpool. I know. I'm saying, man, I get it. I know. But they're still British, okay? Now, what I mean by that is, like, there are a lot of people who are literally like, Margaret Thatcher, like, she deserves to rot in hell, which is a really good quality, and I do agree, and that's a cool thing to say. Who will then still turn around and drink tea and be like super turfy and you know, sometimes have some not very progressive opinions. I still respect them, okay, I as much as I can. Like, you're still drinking tea. Okay, that's all I'm going to say, and say it in the nicest way possible. Tories are more left than USA liberals. There is truth to that as well in many respects. I mean, it's the same as America.
It's going to be both good and bad people.
There's a lot of shady characters in the crypto space. I'm learning all of it. We had an issue with Cryptozoo where our lead developer took the code that he made, fled to Switzerland, and like held it hostage for $1 million. Like, behind the scenes drama that took a stick and stuck it in the spokes of my wheels.
Oh, well, that wasn't expected. There's a shady developer who held up Logan's code hostage in Switzerland. That's why this hasn't worked the whole time. He held it hostage for $1 million. Well, let's add that to the board. I mean, isn't the mystery solved? Now, obviously, the first thing I wanted to do was hunt down this developer, who we'll be calling Z here, and find out the truth of what happened. Why did he steal Logan's code for $1 million? However, I finally got a hold of him, and when I did, he admitted he took the code hostage, but he says the reason for it was nothing like what Logan had said.
He literally never paid me anything at all, ever. I never paid. And, we got to a point when I was working on it where I just realized they were just going to try to steal all of my work and not pay me. And so I took all of the source code private. And I just kind of, like, we spent like a month just trying to negotiate and get something figured out where I would finally get paid. Because, like, I'm on my end, I have a team of 30 engineers, so I'm earning $50,000 a week on building this thing. And the only thing they brought to the table were a bunch of Photoshop JPEGs.
So Z claims he wasn't blackmailing anyone. He had to hire a team to develop this whole thing, and he just wanted to be paid for the work they did. According to him, they negotiated a $1 million payday for this whole project. And from the second I heard that, I thought, oh, that's interesting, because Logan claims he spent $1 million on this whole thing. And this developer's saying he's owed $1 million on this project. Now, I didn't want to just take one person's word for it, so I later confirmed with another developer who worked for something called the Blockchain Center that he also hadn't been paid.
We've been paid nothing. I would have loved to have Zoo, but I don't have any.
So that's multiple sources working on the Cryptozoo team project who were not paid. Now, obviously, these are big accusations, which is why I wanted to confront Logan Paul on them. But unfortunately, we're not exactly on speaking terms. So
Oh, no.
How could I speak to Logan without
Mike.
speaking to Logan? And
Big
that's
Mike.
when I found out
Big
there was
Mike.
someone who might know just as much about this whole story.
Big Mike.
And I will explain everything one day with my manager, who's like in charge now.
Logan Paul's manager, a guy named Jeff Levin. He might be just what we need to settle this whole thing.
Never mind, not Big Mike.
I gave him a call.
Hello?
I feel like Big Mike would be the perfect person to talk to, though. He would just, you know.
Hey, Jeff. Hey, sorry to bother you. This is Steven with Coffeezilla. I'm calling because I've heard reports that Cryptozoo hasn't paid their development team, and I'm just reaching out for comment before I do this story. I got your number from one of the development team, and they just wanted to, I just want to follow up on that.
I have no comment for it.
Okay, are you guys denying it, or are you saying it's not true?
Just no comment. I don't think that the information is true.
Okay, because they're saying $1 million hasn't been paid in development for Cryptozoo, and Logan Paul said publicly that it has been paid. So, I mean, it's pretty serious accusation, and obviously, I don't want to just run a story. If you guys have a whole side to your story here,
Your job as someone that is reporting news is to actually verify correct news.
Wait, what? That's what he's doing. Do you not understand that that's what's going on currently?
Right, that's why I'm calling you.
I know, and that's legal grounds for that stuff. So I'm just telling you, legally, you have to report correct news with verifiable information.
Right, that's why I'm calling you. They've given me a lot of things, a lot of evidence.
Okay, well, okay, you can have the evidence you want, but I'm just letting you know, if you report anything on us, I appreciate your business, I appreciate you as a person, and I'm just telling you, you know, from a legal standpoint, as we've been advised always, is if anybody reports fake news, that's where we won't, you know.
Yeah, this call was a mess. Jeff, Logan's manager, seems to be implying that I'm not allowed to repeat allegations his own development team made, even though Logan can go on podcasts and publicly accuse those developers of stealing his code. Not only that, he's the one who refuses to provide any evidence, but seems to sort of be implying that maybe we'll sue you if you tell this to anyone, which he then denies doing when I ask him if that's what he's doing.
Told you I have no comment to it. Telling you once again, from a legal...
He's like basically trying to say, we'll sue you if you report this, so don't report this, without confirming nor denying any of the details, which is just perhaps the funniest way to go about this, because like the conversation is taking place is quite literally him looking for verification.
Legal standpoint, you have to report truth. If you do not verify truth, then you're just allegations, and those then will be handled the way that we want to handle it.
Wait, so you're saying you refuse to give me proof that the allegations aren't true, but if I report on the allegations, you guys might sue.
No, I did not say that. I did not say that.
All right, I'm trying to read between the lines.
Don't read between the lines.
Okay.
Listen to the exact words that I'm saying.
Okay.
Listen to the exact words I'm saying.
I'm listening.
I have no comment on the situation.
Okay.
Your job legally is to report facts. If you don't report facts on the information you're given, it is illegal.
Yes, that was a real conversation with a real person. Now, I'm no lawyer, but I don't think it's a crime to say that multiple developers say they haven't been paid, and Logan's team refuses to provide any evidence or like statements or wire transfers that they have. Which, by the way, seems incredibly ironic, given just how much Logan whines about not being paid by Floyd Mayweather.
Where's my money, bitch? Floyd never paid me for our fight. Who am I, the IRS?
Nope, but you might be the Cryptozoo dev team. Now, in all seriousness, I do want to acknowledge something which actually kind of looks bad a bit on the developers, because it turns out very few written contracts were actually done. So much of this were verbal deals like, oh, we'll take care of you. We'll give you $350K. We'll give you $1 million. We'll give you whatever. But then when it was time to actually sign the deals, there's just always delays.
What kind of promises were made to you? Verbal promises, basically. So verbal promises, and then we follow up with like a physical paper agreement. But that's when communication broke down.
Like verbal promises? Are you joking? Why is everyone that's involved in crypto so fucking stupid? I don't understand. Oh, well, he said like you know, well, he said he gave me a promise. He said no take backsies, but I didn't realize he was doing this behind his back while he was giving me the verbal promise. It's like how 5-year-olds operate, dude. Like, what the fuck? Well, we locked pinkies together and kissed it. You know, we went like that's as close as you're gonna get to a firm handshake. You know.
This is where I think the dev guys screwed up and led to this whole situation of like, okay, we're just going to take the code private until you pay us for our work. And to be clear,
if you do this, you are so incredibly fucked if the person that you're getting paid from is not like a decent human being, okay? Because they could just like fuck you. They could totally fuck you. And the other side of that is also that like you're completely up to the person who's gonna pay you, okay? Like your life is in their hands at that point, okay? And two, within the crypto world, they definitely will fuck you. Like you know what I mean? They'll definitely fuck you over.
I'm not justifying not paying someone for what they did. I'm just playing devil's advocate and saying this could have all been avoided by just getting every detail in writing. And I think it's just a good general lesson. But if you're thinking that that's the $1 million mystery solved, well, no. Because this still doesn't make sense. Why not just pay the dev team what you publicly said you kind of already paid them? Why not pay for a game that now isn't launched and now investors are so angry about? Why not pay when you already made millions from minting the eggs on this game? Well, this is where things get even stranger because
I'll be
right
back.
when I was ready to pin everything on Logan, and believe me, he is at fault, I was speaking to the Z developer and I heard a name that I hadn't heard before.
I basically came in with Eddie, and Eddie promised me 5% of the tokens and $1 million. He literally never paid me.
Wait a second. Who's Eddie? I thought that all of this was Logan Paul. I only put it together when the Blockchain Center guys also said a similar thing about their deal. They said they were promised $350K and it was Ibanez. They say they had no communications with Logan. But we know they weren't talking about different people. They both dealt with the same guy. So the guy's name, I put it together, must be Eddie Ibanez. Turns out he was managing the developers. What's this random guy doing in Logan Paul's project? And who is he? Who is Eddie Ibanez?
Who is he?
Yes, hi, my name's Eddie Ibanez, lead developer here at Cryptozoo.
This reporter says Eddie's entire story is fake.
Wait, what?
To continuous.
What the going on part 2? There's like bro, there's talking robots? What do you mean, Coffeezilla? What the fuck are you doing? Yo, I feel like I'm watching an anime, dude. What?
We lie, lead people on, hype.
What the fuck are you doing, Coffeezilla? What is this? This man is doing anime style antics, this part 1, part 2 shit.
To put more money in. All the while in the background.
I'm not talking about the recurring character robot thing. I'm talking about the fact that he just let it hang.
Things are going down, things are hitting the fan, and you left us holding the bag.
Logan, you stole 40 million in tokens from me. You are a scam artist. You are a liar, and you betrayed your own community. You aren't that guy. Logan replies, "Oh, trust me, bro. I am that guy."
Someone said Eddie is the steak guy. Man, this mother ups the value every time, dude. I mean, that's great. Shouts out to Coffeezilla. The one good thing to come out of cryptocurrency scams is that it just makes great content for Coffeezilla. You know what I mean? And it's almost like, the worst possible people are getting owned. Hey, if you like this video, please subscribe and hit that bell so you don't miss out on any future videos.